Okay, once again, good day to all of you. And in our previous session, what we have studied, just quickly we will take the review of that part. We talked about the meaning of isometric projection, and we said that it is a three-dimensional picture of a given object, and this three-dimensional picture we are uh, forming with the help of input as a two-dimensional picture, that is orthographic projection. And that is why in our previous session we discussed that how minimum two views are required for the observer to understand the given object. It may be the combination of front view with the top view, or it may be the combination of uh, side view with front view, or it may be combination of side view with top view. So it can be in any form, but minimum two views are required. Uh, in this way, in this way, uh, the given input, we are going to use it for converting this orthographic into three-dimensional picture as a orthographic, three-dimensional picture as a isometric. Well, now by looking at these three views, now easily one can understand that if you look at the proportional dimension of length, height and width, so almost these are seen equal. So when length, height and width all are equal, so one can easily identify this object, it will be a cube. It is nothing but a cube. Now how three-dimensional picture of the given object that can be seen with the help of a cube, that I will try to explain with the help of this simple box. When I am holding this box in front of you with this position, and what is this position? It is resting on its bottom surface on the horizontal plane, ground plane, and it is kept in front of vertical plane. But how it is kept? That one of the surface is parallel to vertical plane. So the surface which is closer to the observer, only this surface it will be seen by the observer looking from the front. So front view, in this case, it will be a rectangle. Agreed? Okay. Now, if I change the position of this box uh, through some parameter, just see how the view also will get changed. So when I am turning this box in such a way that now how is the position? That the two side surfaces, those are, these two side surfaces, those are equally inclined with the vertical plane. This side surface and this side surface both are making 45-degree angle with the vertical plane. Similarly, as this surface is parallel to the earlier one and this surface is parallel to again earlier one, so these two surfaces are also, these are meeting at 45-degree angle with the vertical plane. Now in this condition, you as an observer, you are going to see this as a one side surface and this as a another side surface. So two side surfaces, those are visible in the front view, correct? But still that will be a two-dimensional picture of the given this cuboid. Now if I further change the position of this cuboid in such a way that I want to see three surfaces of the given cuboid, in that case what we can do, we will rest this cuboid on one of the point of the bottom surface on HP, on ground, in such a way that the diagonal passing through this point till the opposite end, that diagonal, if I take perpendicular to vertical plane, then in that case, as an observer, what you can see this as one surface, this is another surface, and the third one, that is the top surface of the given cuboid. So in this situation or in this position of the given object, you can see all the three surfaces which are going to explain three-dimensional picture of a given object. So three-dimensional picture of a given object that will be clear to the observer, and this is nothing but known as isometric projection. This cuboid or the box in place of this, it will be known as isometric box. Now how it is made? If you see that this box is resting on one of the corner point of the bottom surface. Two lines, this is one line and this is another line. So these two lines which are coming out from the point on which it is resting, that point we can call it as origin. So if I say this is origin, so from origin two lines are coming out, those are going away by making fixed angle with the ground line. Now this fixed angle on both the side in isometric, it is 30 degree. So 30 degree with the ground line here and 30 degree with the ground line there. These two lines are coming out. One of these lines, it will represent length of the object. Other line, it will represent width of the object. And the third line, which is at the center, which will be seen as a vertical line coming out from the origin, that line will be representing height of the object. So length, height and width. Or if you are holding this cuboid in this way, then under this position, this will be the width of the object, this will be the length of the object, and this will give me height of the object. Now here when we are looking at three-dimensional object, we are saying that this is one line coming out, this is another line coming out, and third one is this line. So all the three lines, those are dividing the entire circle, if you imagine, which will give three equal angle segment. That means angle between this line and this line is 120 degree. When I open this line also, so angle between this and the vertical line, that also will be 120, and from here also it will be 120. So three lines which are going to give equal angle inclination, that will give us the first input for the construction of the isometric box. So whatever I said, if I want to draw picture of this, then I will draw first of all a ground line. Ground line, on that any one point will take it as origin. As I said that one line is vertically coming out, it is making 90 degree angle with the ground line. Other line is going on the right of the origin. Third line is going on the left of the origin. These three lines, these are known as isometric axis. This line can be called as length axis. Vertical line will be known as height axis, and the line which is going on the left, it can be known as width axis. Now by taking reference of these three lines, we can easily construct isometric box, because one rule, what it says, that in orthographic, if vertical lines are given, then those will remain vertical in isometric view. So here, when we are reaching from one end to another end of the length axis, from here we are going to get a vertical line parallel to the line drawn representing height of the component. So here 1, 2, 3 lines are obtained. By closing the fourth side, we are going to get formation of one plane. This formation of plane, it is nothing but we are taking reference of the front view of the cube. As I want to correlate both the figures, so here this point it will be taken as origin. With reference to origin, we are traveling on the right of the origin. Whatever is the length, same length it will be taken here. Whatever is the height of the front view, same height it will be measured here. And then we know that after we are reaching to the end of the length line, then from this point we are getting a line parallel to the height axis. So that is why we have drawn this line parallel to the height axis. The top line is parallel to the bottom line. So top line here closing, that has to remain parallel with the bottom line, and the formation of this square plane, what otherwise we are getting in the orthographic projection, that will be seen as a rhombus in case of isometric projection. Similarly, when we are working on the width of the object, so we are going to the other end of the width line, width axis, and from there also we are going to draw a vertical line. Height of this line, that has to be equal to the height of the given object. That is, in the orthographic, whatever height we are measuring in the front view, same height we are going to take it for getting the side plane of the cuboid. Similarly, here all lines here in this top view, this line is parallel to the other line, and this line is parallel to the line drawn here vertically. So that is why here also, for getting this plane complete, we are going to draw this line parallel to the bottom line. And then that means first surface it is visible to the observer, second surface now it is also visible to the observer. Now we, as the observer, we are looking for the top surface. For getting top surface, again we are going to complete this rhombus. To this line we want to introduce line parallel of the same measurement, and then from here we are going to draw line parallel to the length axis, and that is how we are going to get three-dimensional cuboid, where surface 1, it is meant for understanding the front image or front view of the given object. Surface 2, it is meant for observing the side image of the object, and surface 3, it is meant for observing top view of a given object. So here this angle is 30 degree with the ground line, this angle is also 30 degree with the ground line, and this angle made by the vertical line, that is 90 degree with the ground line. Ground line, it will be represented by hatching, and here you will say that how come it is 30 degree, why not it is 45 degree? So answer for that is, when we say that angle made by these two lines, it is 120 degree, angle made by these two lines, that is also 120 degree, and angle made by these two lines, that is also 120 degree. So total in all we get 360 degree. Now this line is parallel to this, so that means these two lines are making angle 120. So here also at the bottom this angle will be 120 degree. Ground line, it is a straight horizontal line. Out of this 180 degree, 120 degrees are covered, and two lines are going at equal angle away from the origin. That is why, so remaining 60 degrees, those will be divided 30 degree on the right hand side and 30 degree on the left hand side. That is how this angle, every time for every object, when we want to consider isometric projection or isometric view, then angle will always remain 30 degree. Now here, what is the difference between isometric projection and isometric view? Isometric view, we are going to draw with the help of given original dimension. That means dimensions which are given in the question, those dimensions we are going to use for getting the answer. No change in dimension. But when we say that the object is placed in such a way that it is resting on one of the corner of the bottom surface as a origin on the ground line, and the two lines which are coming out, one on the right and one on the left, those are making 30-degree equal inclination with the ground line, then in that case, in such situation, when we take projection, equal proportionate reduction of the dimensions of the respective line that will take place. That is, one is length, other one is width, and third one is height. So what I am repeating, that equal proportional reduction in dimension it will take place, and that is why the image what we get, three-dimensional image what we receive, that also is very close to the actual original dimension of the given object. But then how much reduction it is taking place? That reduction, it is to the level of 81% as compared to original 100% dimension. That means whenever we want to study difference between isometric projection and isometric view. So in isometric view, the original dimension will be taken. Original dimension will be taken for study. In isometric projection, equal reduction in dimension it will take place. So that is why that will be 0.813 multiplied by original dimension. So in that case, now we know only there will be dimensional small object, it will be seen in isometric projection as compared to isometric view. But for our study purpose, in this entire chapter, in this entire topic, we are going to work only for isometric view. We will not work for isometric projection, because for every dimension then there will be multiplication factor, and for every dimension to convert with the help of multiplication factor, it is a time consuming process that will take our good amount of time even in the examination. So from that point of view, whatever dimension we get in the actual question, same dimensions we are going to use to construct this isometric box with the original dimension. And this isometric box with original dimension, that will help us in accommodating all the views of a given object in the form of orthographic to see the answer in the form of three-dimensional picture, which will be known as isometric view. So this part we are going to conclude at this point of time. What we have studied in this part, we talked about how the two orthographic views, those can be placed in the isometric box. Lines which are parallel in the given question, those are going to remain parallel in the answer. Lines which are vertical in the given question, those are going to remain vertical in the answer. And from the origin, two lines are coming out at an angle of 30 degree, one on the right and one on the left, and third line is going to come out from origin at the center, which will represent height of the component. So the lines which are making 120 degree angle, all these lines, these three lines, these are known as isometric axis. All rest of the lines of the box which are parallel to one of the isometric axis, all these lines, those are known as isometric lines. So this is what we have studied in this next module. In the next part, further more details we will study about how this box can be used for converting two-dimensional picture into three-dimensional picture by taking one simple example out of the given chapter. Thank you.